last night, Wednesday night, I didn't do any orders. I was at home and we were hanging out with the family, was watching some TV, and turned on my apps as I often do. And I shouldn't say I didn't get anything. There was offers, but none of them that were good enough for me to say, yeah, I'm going to leave the house and go do that. I saw one or two offers that if I was already out, I probably would have grabbed it because I was already out. But the offer has to be good enough to get me out of the house. So again, guys, if you're relying on these apps to pay your rent or something like that, that's where that can get really stressful. That's where you start just taking crappy orders just to get some money. And that's when you end up just driving your car into the ground, not making a profit, being pissed at the apps because you're coming from a place of need. Again, I sometimes understand that you have to do what you have to do in the short term. But guys, you need to do whatever you can do to get out of that mindset, get to the point where the gig apps are extra. The gig apps are not required for you to make your rent or pay your bills or whatever it is. Okay? So the night before, I got nothing, and I was fine with that. There was one that was like $21. It was going 6 miles, Walmart pickup, but it was on a dirt road too. And I was, dude, no, that $26 or 21, no, it's $21. Not even enough money to cover my car wash. I'm not going down a dirt road. But get to a point where you have the ability to pick and choose, only take profitable orders. But again, this is why I'm saying you're not going to go out there and make $50 an hour for 8 hours a day. It's not going to happen. But if you pick and choose, you can go out during profitable times, and it might not be 50. It could be in your market, $35 an hour is really good. And that's fine. If that's what your market will bear, then that's what you shoot for. And you just make sure you're not taking orders that get you at $20 or $22 an hour. If you know you can hold out and get and pick and choose and be more selective and do less runs, but get bigger orders that can get you at $35 an hour. I did want to add that if you're being selective and you're cherry picking, you're not always going to get great orders, and some nights you might not go out at all. But if this is just a part-time thing for extra money, then that's fine. You don't have to go out every night. I don't. I only do an hour, maybe 2 hours during the week. And then if I don't have a softball tournament or my son's not playing baseball, then I might drive longer on a Friday or Saturday or a Sunday. But if you look at a lot of my earnings, you'll see I barely average $400 Monday through Thursday. And like tonight, I made $51. And you might think that's not that much, but $51, if you go out Monday through Friday, forget about the weekends, and you just do an hour or two a night, even if you're only averaging $25 an hour, and you do 2 hours a night in the evenings after work, that's still $250 a week, making about $50 a night. It's $250 a week. That's $1,000 a month. Working just a couple hours in the evenings, Monday through Friday, not even worrying about the weekend, right? It's $1,000 a month. Do you have credit card debt? You have car payments? Can an extra $1,000 a month change your life a little bit? For a lot of people, yeah, that's some decent money. Or if you just can't do it during the week and you're going, okay, I need to do, if I can average maybe only $25 an hour consistently in my market, that's not great. I wouldn't do it for $25 an hour. But if that's all your market can hold and that's what you can do, that's still $1,000 a month, $25 an hour, 2 hours a night, 5 days a week. Or you might say, look, I don't want to do it during the week. I'm just going to bang out 10 hours on a Saturday. Or I got nothing going on this Sunday. I'm just going to get up early, 8 o'clock, and I'm going to drive until I hit $250. And that's it. You do 1 day a week. Dedicate 1 day a week to getting yourself out of debt or paying off your car note faster or whatever it is, or putting that money straight into a retirement account. Dedicate 1 day a week and drive until you hit whatever that bonus is, $200, $250, whatever your goal is. You could pick 1 day a week and drive until you hit it, or you can break it up, however you want to do it. But it's really easy to make $1,000 a month. I do it real part-time, and I usually make $3,000 to $4,000 a month. And mainly because I enjoy doing it. It gets me out of the office. I do it mainly at night. I can listen to my podcasts, listen to the radio, just kind of drive. And it's kind of, I don't want to call it brainless, but it's kind of brainless. Like I don't have to think too much. I'm not dealing with creditors. I'm not negotiating debts. I am running numbers because I'm trying to gamify this and trying to make as much as I can when I'm out. But it's easy stuff. It's relaxing for me. So I like to do it. But there's lots of ways you can use these apps to better your life make some extra money without having to modify your life. You don't have to go out there and be a Lyft driver for 12 hours a day, 6 days a week, slaving away, taking $6 rides. You don't have to do that. So hopefully that helps.